pork producers from across Nebraska are meeting in York today to discuss the ins and the outs of the pork industry and what they can do to make it even bigger in the Cornhusker state. NTV's Alex Whitney brings us more.
It's an industry that's gone from surviving to thriving. The pork industry here in Nebraska suffered a tough 2020, much like the rest of the ag industry. But now, more than a year later, the industry is back on top of its processing capacity and now looking towards expanding.
Much like the beef industry, the pork industry was a roller coaster in 2020. With packers shut down, prices and demand for pork skyrocketed, and many producers were unable to offload their livestock. It was a tough time for the industry, but industry leaders say by now, things have mostly evened out, and now they're looking at what their next steps are to expand the industry.
You know, 2021's looking good on the market side. Biggest challenge right now is the cost of goods has gone up so much. You know, feed prices are higher, building costs are quite a bit higher.
As of June 2021, there are roughly 3.8 million head of pork in Nebraska, a growth of around 500,000 head, according to Steve Wellman, the director of Nebraska's Department of Agriculture. Wellman says he is excited about the prospect of a growing pork industry, especially how that industry can work in synergy with Nebraska's grain producers.
And one of the best ways to add value to our Nebraska corn and soybeans is to feed it to livestock. We're firm believers in that, so we're doing everything we can to remove barriers, to make it as feasible as possible for producers to build livestock facilities in Nebraska.
Right now, Martin says the pork industry is playing a bit of a waiting game. He says the preparation for expansion is already happening, and producers will be ready to hit the ground running once costs for feed and construction normalize.
We're hoping that, you know, if everything can kind of moderate a little bit and, you know, the grain farmers can make money, the pork producers can make money, you know, and the consumers pay a reasonable price for the product, you know, everybody's happy. So that's the middle ground that we always hope to get to.
So while 2020 was challenging, 2021 is all about recovery here in the pork industry as they look to overcome some of these new challenges they're facing to expand pork's footprint here in Nebraska. Reporting here from York, I'm Alex Whitney.